Welcome to an Exile. Well, we're celebrating Women's History Month, and that's why this woman, Lori Lightfoot, lost her campaign and is history. Of course, memes of Lori Lightfoot are popping up everywhere. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, make no mistake about it, change is hard, but change is necessary. Chicago voters bringing in the change.
Well, now New York City Mayor Eric Adams says his party should be worried about Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's election loss. Listen to this.
I think it's a warning sign for the country.
Yeah, it's a warning sign that voters have common sense and are going to end the Democrats' reign of corruption and lawlessness. Eric Adams is terrified for New York and New York elections because they're barely better than Chicago.
Eric Adams has been talking about public safety, not only on the campaign trail.
Doug TenNapel doesn't like it when Eric Adams refers to himself in third person.
But for the first year, I showed up at crime scenes. I knew what New Yorkers were saying, and I saw it all over the country. I think, if anything, it is really stating that this is what I have been talking about. America, we have to be safe.
If you want to be safe, vote out Democrats from big cities. Here's another meme I found. This is if you ever need an appetite suppressant. You open the refrigerator door, and there's Lori Lightfoot reminding you.
Just got to tell him, New York is no better. It's just as dangerous.
It's true that while New York has always been a terrible hellhole, now it's a crime hellhole.
It is. And Eric Adams, he talks a good game is what I'm learning. Whenever you're listening to any politician, always say, okay, those are your words. What are your actions, right? And Eric Adams should be firing the likes of Alvin Bragg, who is Manhattan's district attorney.
These are district attorneys that will not enforce the law even when people guilty of felonies commit crimes. Here's another Lori Lightfoot one with Juicy Smollett. I kept telling you, sister, but you had to lose to find out we in MAGA country.
It was the MAGA people, she says.
Eric Adams should follow his own words and speak with action. But Lori Lightfoot is learning what happens when you don't address a crime problem. That is your number one responsibility as a mayor. Keep your citizens safe. And she didn't do the job. And she got 17% of the vote after she got 73% of the vote to win election.
And she said that she lost this time because of racism and gender. Yet she won last time with 70% of the vote.
There's nothing they can do.
But there's also a huge fissure in the Democratic Party that Republicans need to exploit, because you have people like Eric Adams, even Joe Biden, being like, we like being tough on crime all of a sudden. That is a fracture that Republicans need to exploit in 2024.
I don't know who that guy is on Fox, but he's got a good idea. Republicans should be exploiting this fissure in the Democrat Party. Lori Lightfoot did more damage to Chicago than Al Capone and became the first Chicago mayor in 40 years to lose re-election. What do you have to do in Chicago to lose a re-election? You have to be Lori Lightfoot. I'm Doug in Exile.